tonight your strap. If you've got a bolster, you know, one of the big bolsters, grab that. If you haven't, get yourself like a couple of cushions or something like that. I want you to be really comfy tonight, and we're going to do like that relaxation meditation at the end again. So if you want to get yourself a blanket or a cushion or something like that, just to make yourself really, really comfortable. And if you don't like the relaxation meditation, you want to just do the first half, which is just your normal stretch and release, then feel free to disappear after that. But I hope that you say, because you know, we deserve to spend a bit of time on ourselves, don't we? So grab your bolster or your cushions or whatever you've got, and we're going to start with a bolstered child's pose. Grab your bolster, your cushions, whatever you've got. Best way to get into it is kind of kneel in front of it and then snuggle it into you, and then just fold yourself over it and turn your head to one side. Now sometimes if you've got a lot of tension in your hips or your knees kind of coming all the way down, can be a little bit not relaxing. It can feel a little bit like you're holding yourself there, so feel free to get loads of cushions or anything that you've got. You know, you could get like a big duvet and fold that over so that you're lifted up a little bit higher so that you can just relax down. So whatever you've got, I'm going to grab myself another cushion because I've just got one here. And then have your arms wherever feels good to you. So some people like to have their arms reaching forward. Some people like to have them down by the sides. You can hook your cushion or your bolster if you want. Just find a position that just feels relaxing, kind of safe, nurturing. And then just take some deep breaths. Try and surrender the weight of your body to your bolster, so you don't have to hold yourself. Focus on taking real deep breaths. And then turn your head the other way. So if you've had your head turned one way, turn it the other way, just so that your neck has had a little stretch on both sides. You can change your arm position if you want to. And again, just find some way, somehow, that you can relax and let go. And then when you're ready, we're just going to slowly come up to seated. I'm going to get rid of my extra cushion. Keep your bolster, keep your cushions, whatever you've got in front of you. And then just come to all fours, kind of over your cushions, over your bolsters. And we're going to do our thread the needle, but we're going to kind of, again, be supported in this. So take one hand, thread it behind the other hand, twisting your body around, and then letting your shoulder, your head come to rest down on your bolsters, on your cushions. And let's take some deep breaths there. Again, we're bolstering, we're supporting our body, we're kind of nurturing our nervous system. We're not taking it anywhere that it doesn't want to go. We're focusing on our breath. And then let's do the same on the other side. So finding that thread the needle position on the other side. Again, bringing your head, your shoulder down to your bolster if you've got one, and take some deep breaths there. Good. And now when you're ready, just coming back through. You can get rid of your bolster now. And we're going to find our cat-cow. Let's get a little bit of movement into our spine now. So spread your fingers wide. Thumbs point towards each other, elbow pits are forwards. And when you're ready, start to roll your spine. making your back as rounded as you can. And then go the other way, start from your tail. Start to stick your bottom out, roll through your spine. The head is the last thing to move, go the other way. Super slow, moving with your breath. And all the time, just checking in with how your body's feeling, how your spine's feeling. Is there anywhere that you're holding tension, holding tightness, anywhere that you can soften and let go? And then pause in there, and we're going to go over onto our back now. So make your way over onto your back. And then just lie down with your knees bent, your feet flat. Letting your body settle nice and wide through your chest and shoulders. Allowing your rib cage to sink down into the floor. Just pausing here for a few breaths. And then starting to gently move your pelvis. Let's start to do that little tilt towards you and away. Moving with your breath. So exhale as you tilt towards you and inhale as you tilt away. Now you can stay with this gentle pelvic tilt if you want to, or you can take it into a spine curl. If you're going into a spine curl, bringing the arms down by your sides, make sure there's nothing under your head. And this time as you tilt your pelvis towards you, keep tilting, keep tucking as you roll your hips up towards the sky. Pausing at the top for a moment and then slowly rolling, melting your spine all the way back down. Again, just moving with your breath, move however makes sense to your body. I quite like to inhale up and exhale down. As long as you're not holding your breath, all is well. Again, just noticing how your spine is moving. Noticing anywhere that you're gripping and holding and seeing if you can find just a little more softness through your body. One more time. And then as you roll down this time, bring your knees into your chest, give your knees a little hug and just rock gently side to side. Letting your feet come back down to the floor. Now let's have feet and knees about hip width apart. We're going to go into our floor angels, so backs of the hands down on the floor. And then you're going to start to slowly slide the backs of the hands out along the floor and up towards your head. And then just gently back down towards your hip. And you're only going to take those arms up as high as you can keep those ribs down. So if the ribs start to lift, and don't go any further. Really nice for opening out the chest and the shoulders. Excuse me, I'm going to sneeze. Oh, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Open out the chest and the shoulders. So again, moving with your breath. I like to inhale as I take the arms up. And then exhale to come back down. One more time. As your hands come down towards your hips this time, just pause there. Let's find the cobbler. Bring the soles of your feet together. Let your knees open out to the sides. If that's not a happy place for you, just keep knees bent, feet flat. And then we're going to float the arms up towards the sky and interlace those fingers. Flip your hands over to press your palms up and really push into those hands, into those fingers. Trying to create an archway with your fingers rather than it being flat. Really push the fingers away. And then again, keep the ribs down, but try and take those arms overhead towards the floor behind you. And take some deep breaths here. When you're ready, slowly bring the hands back up to the sky. Bringing those fingers apart, give your fingers a wriggle. Circle at your wrist. And circle the other way. And then gently pulling each finger in turn back to stretch out those fingers. And then give them a wriggle again. Letting the hands come down to the floor. And then bringing the knees back in towards each other. Bring your knees into your chest again. Let's just have a little roll side to side. Just rolling at your back. We're going to go onto our side for crocodile next. So when you're ready, make your way onto your side, knees bent, and then have those arms out in front of you. And have the knees stacked so they're level, so that that top hip hasn't rolled back. And if you need something under your head, feel free. Reach the arm forward first, and then take it up to the sky. Starting to twist through your waist, through your ribcage as you take that arm back behind you. Take it to your own maximum position where you can still breathe. You can still speak. And then let's take some deep breaths here. And then when you're ready, slowly bring that arm back up. And all the way over to close your crocodile mouth. Go again, when you're ready, reach that arm forwards first, then take it up. Open out, twist. Finding that maximum position again and take those deep breaths. And then when you're ready, slowly bring that arm back up and over. Let's do one more time on this side. When you're ready, go again, reach forwards. Reach up to the sky. Imagine you can touch the sky with your fingertips. As you open out and breathe. Trying to find as much softness here as you can. Check your jaw. Can you relax your shoulders? Good. When you're ready, bring the arm back up and over. Before you do the other side, take a moment to just roll out any tension in your back. So find your way onto your back, knees in and roll it out. And then when you're ready, just going onto your other side, same thing, knees bent, arms out in front. If you need something under your head, feel free to grab yourself a cushion. Knees are stacked. And go when you're ready. Arm reaches forwards first and up. Reaching for the sky with those fingertips as you open out behind you. Finding again that maximum position, and it might be totally different on this side. Deep breaths. When you're ready, start to bring that arm back up and over. Go again, when you're ready, reach forwards and up. Open out. Deep breaths. When you're ready, arm back up and close the crocodile. One more time on this side, reach forwards and up. Open out. And again, just checking in with your jaw, your shoulders, seeing if you can just find a little more softness. And then when you're ready, bring that arm back over. And again, rolling out your back. Onto your back and knees in. So we're going to make our way back over onto our hands and knees. So find your way back onto your hands and knees. And turn around this way. And then have your hands quite wide. And then take your bottom back towards your heels to find child's pose. And we're going to go from child's pose and we're going to go forward. So start to come up onto hands and knees again. You can either stay on all fours or you can keep travelling forwards, lowering your hips towards the floor, lifting your head and your chest. And then go back the other way into child's pose again. And let's move with our breath. So we're going to inhale to come forwards. And we're going to exhale as we go back. So moving at your own pace. You can make this movement as big or as small as you like. Like I say, you can stay at all fours. You don't have to travel forwards if that doesn't feel like a happy place for you. If you do come all the way forwards, remember we don't want to collapse into our shoulders, into our hips. We're nice and supported. Those shoulder blades are going to stay wide. Those abdominals are going to support your pelvis. We're not just dropping and making that lower back all tight. Can you do two more like that? One more time. And as you go back into child's pose this time, stay there. And then come all the way down onto your front. Bring your hands around so that you can rest your forehead on your hands. And we're going to do our inner thigh release. So we're going to bend one knee and we're going to slide that knee out to the side. Once it's out to the side, we're going to notice whether we've hitched our pelvis up on that side. Has that hip hitched up? And you want to think about sending that hip away from you. We're trying to keep our pelvis level, those hip bones still level. And again, we're just going to focus on taking some deep breaths here. Thinking heavy thoughts, imagining that your pelvis is sinking down into the floor. And then straightening that leg out. So rather than it being bent out to the side, now you can straighten that leg out. And again, check in whether that's made your hip hitch up higher. Hip hitch up higher. That's a bit of a tongue twister. Try and keep that hip sending down towards the bottom of your mat, sending away from you. And take some deep breaths. Good job. Right, when you're ready, bend that leg in. Bring that leg all the way back in and just rock your hips gently, gently side to side, just to free off your back. Before we do the same on the other side. So when you're ready, bend the other knee out to the side this time. thinking about that pelvis sinking down into the floor. Notice whether we've hitched that hip higher. Think about sending that hip away from you to try and keep your hip bones level as best you can. And again, it might be totally different one side to the other. When you're ready, straightening that leg out. And again, watch for the hip hitch. Good job. All right, when you're ready, bend the knee back in. Bring that leg back in. And we're going to push ourselves up and back to find child's pose again. To stretch out your back. Letting your body sink down deep towards the floor. Taking those knees a little wider, so it's still in child's pose, but with the knees a little wider, allows you to sink a little deeper. And again, focusing on those deep breaths. Nice. And then when you're ready, we're going to flip over onto our back again. Grab your strap. Let's just do a little strap stretch here. So over onto the back and then placing one foot into your strap. The other leg's going to be out long. And we're going to press both heels away from us. Pulling the front of the foot towards you. And then scan through your body here. So notice if you're gripping your jaw. Can you relax your jaw? You soften any frown lines you have on your forehead. How about your shoulders? Can you relax your neck and shoulders? Let this leg that's in the strap just be super heavy, super floppy. So if you were to let go of the strap, your leg would just drop because you're not holding the leg there with the muscles of the leg, you're holding it there with that strap. How about if we bring that leg across your body, if that feels okay? If it doesn't feel nice coming across, keep it in centre, that's fine. Alright, bring that leg back in, slightly turn it out and take it out to the side. And again, if going out to the side is not for you, keep that leg in centre. A few breaths here. Good job, alright. When you're ready, bring that leg back in and we're just going to switch sides and pop the other foot into the strap. Exactly the same. Both legs as story as you can get them. Pushing out through your heel, pulling the front of the foot towards you. Trying to be as relaxed as possible. feels okay, let's bring that leg across. And then back in through centre, slightly turning the leg out to take it out to the side. And then when you're ready, bring that leg all the way back in and just release that strap, get rid of it. Lengthen your legs out long, reach your arms overhead and stretch from your fingertips to your toes. Make yourself as long as you can. Circling your arms out to the sides, bending those knees in, bring your knees into your chest, and let's again just rock gently side to side, giving your back a little massage. Okay, so we're going to do our relaxation meditation now. So I want you to make yourself as comfortable as you can. Feel free to grab blankets, bolsters, cushions, turn your lights off, just however you are comfortable. If you're not comfortable lying fully flat with your legs flat, put a cushion under your knees. That's a really nice, comfortable position.
Find a comfortable position and settle in. When you feel ready, allow your eyes to gently close. And if it feels good to you, take a long, slow breath in. Pause for a second and then softly release it. Take a few deep breaths here. Notice how with each exhale your body becomes heavier and heavier. Relax your jaw, let your shoulders drop away from your ears and unfurl your fingers. Now I'm going to be asking you to imagine certain things, and it doesn't matter at all if you can't visualize any or all of the things that I ask you to. And nor does it matter if you hear everything or anything that I say. As you lie yourself back, you can settle down, begin to relax, make yourself nice and comfortable. You can notice the weight of your head resting there on the pillow, and you can be aware of your head relaxing on the pillow, knowing that those pillows will fully support the full weight of your head, so you don't have to hold any stress or tension in your shoulders or neck, and you can just let your head rest back, nice and relaxed, and let go. And you can relax your shoulders too, because you know that the bed will fully support you. It can take your full weight, your full height, every muscle, every fibre of your being as you just relax back into that bed, fully supported. Because now is the time for you to do nothing. You don't have to be anywhere, and you don't have to do anything. You can just lie back and relax. And your mind can drift and dream as you hear all the sounds around you, the sounds outside. None of these things need distract or disturb you, as they comfortably remind you that the world is still safely turning, and you can allow yourself a moment to just rest back, relax, and let go. You can let go of any tension in your stomach or across your shoulders. Ease off those muscles in your back, down your spine, and along the muscles in your legs, down through your ankles and all the way to your feet, your toes, even your arms and every finger, loosening and relaxing, perfectly at ease. drifting and dreaming with your thoughts as you pay attention to your breathing. That gentle rise and fall that happens all by itself. And with every breath that you take, and with every word that I speak, you can just let go. As you relax there, listening and enjoying these moments all for yourself, you can let your mind drift and dream. And I would like you to imagine something for me. You're standing at the top of 10 steps, 10 beautiful stairs in an old stately home, somewhere you have been, or somewhere you have seen in a film or on television, or perhaps it's somewhere new, a place you are creating all for yourself right now. But you know that as you make your way down those stairs, you will find yourself relaxing more and more. And with every number I count, you can just let go of any stress and tension and just drift down into a wonderfully quiet and calm place. And at the bottom of the steps is a short corridor that leads to a door to a very special place, a room where no one ever goes but you. And in that room, you can feel just exactly as you would want to feel, relaxed, refreshed, and perfectly at ease. And to find this place, all you need to do is make your way down those stairs. So, as I count down from 10 to 0, you will find yourself relaxing with each number, drifting deeper now, following my voice as I count. 10. Just find yourself relaxing more and more, every step down taking you closer to that room inside to 9. Stepping down now to 8. Perfectly at ease as you carry on down to 7. And there's a handrail, strong and solid on the wall alongside you, worn smooth by years of use. And you realise that you have been down this stairway many, many times, and that this room exists inside you already, ready to be accessed to gain the strength and understanding you already possess. And 6. There's a picture on the wall beside you, a picture that inspires you as you watch it forming. And I don't know if it's a picture or perhaps a photograph of someone you know, someone you love, or maybe a painting of a special place that gives you peace or confidence, somewhere special you have been, or somewhere you know, or perhaps it's still a swirling mass of colour that hasn't quite formed yet, creating a feeling of strength that comes to you directly, deep from within your subconscious, allowing you to trust in this process as you take another step down to 5. Halfway down those steps, curious as to what you'll find as you continue down from 4 to 3. Almost as if you are walking on a cushion of air, not quite touching the steps anymore, floating on down from 3 to 2. Every muscle just loosening and relaxing. You can see that hallway, and you can see the door at the end as you look forward to finding that room, that special place deep inside, a place you know already exists, and you're just finding it for yourself again now, as you step down from 2 to 1, almost all the way down those stairs now, just floating down that final step from 1 to 0. And you can relax your shoulders, every muscle, every fibre of your being perfectly at ease. And you make your way along that corridor that's lined with pictures. Pictures of people or places that inspire you, that keep you safe and make you feel comfortable. Reminders of all the success you have already achieved in your life. Smiling faces of friends and family and loved ones. And as you walk down along that corridor, you walk past a grandfather clock, an old antique grandfather clock, and you can hear it ticking, marking the gentle pass of time. As you stop and look at the hands on the face, you suddenly understand that the sound of the tick is just the sound of a moment passing, and that the space in between the ticks is where we truly exist. The space in between the ticks is the very moment in which all is real, and you can choose to place your mind in that space now. As you watch the hands slowly moving around the face, realizing that although they have been round so many times, every second of every minute, of every hour, of every day, for weeks, months, years, decades and centuries, those hands can only tell you of the very moment in which you truly exist. Now, because the past is gone, and gone with it is any opportunity to change what's happened, and yet you understand that the wonderful truth is that we don't have to change the past. You have coped with and survived everything from your past. And the future is just a dream that you can colour with bright, clear possibility. You can choose to imagine your future just as you would wish it to be. You can fill it with joy and happiness and all the success that you truly deserve. But it all begins in this very moment where all is real, in between the ticks of the clock. And before you move on from the clock in front of you, you see your reflection in the glass window of the cabinet as the pendulum swings back and forth deep inside, back and forth, back and forth. And you catch your reflection and notice that something has changed. As you stand reflected in that glass, something has already changed. You can't quite tell what it is. Perhaps it's that you're standing more confidently, or that there's a smile on your face, or happiness in your eyes, a joy radiating from you that you can witness in that reflection of yourself now. This inspires you as you turn and move forward, floating down along that corridor to the door of that room where no one ever goes but you. That room in which you can discover so much about yourself, and how you will find that comfort, peace and understanding that already exists deep inside you. For in that room you can imagine and create and rehearse and be the person you seek to be, the person you truly are. Before you open that door, you study it and catch its every detail. You notice whether it's hinged on the left or the right, its size, its shape, its colour, texture, design. Will it open towards you or away? Will it creak or glide open? Is it light or heavy, old or new? And you see the handle, and before you reach out to open the door, you notice the lock. And I wonder where the key is. Is it in your pocket, or around your neck on a length of twine? Or is it already in your hand? An old, ornate brass key that's cool to touch, but warming as you hold it in your hand. Wherever that key is, you know that this room is never locked to you, and that this room is always accessible to you now. Because all you need to do is just simply remember that it exists deep inside you right now. Because to open the door, you simply use your mind. Your mind is the key that unlocks that door. And as you find yourself stepping through into a room that is just exactly as you choose it to be, all around you flows a feeling of safety and comfort, bringing a strength that flows through you and radiates from you, inspiring you to trust in the positive future that you create for yourself. Each day you feel more confident, more capable, and more connected with all your inner skills and resources that are waiting here, now, for you to tap into and enjoy. I want to remind you that your life can be fun. Every phase of your life can be a joy. And of course, it all now depends on you. Because you, and only you, can allow thoughts to live in your mind. And how you think determines how you feel. And how you feel influences the world around you. And you can learn to choose your thoughts with awareness of their power. You can seed beneficial thoughts in your mind, and day by day you'll find more and more how important it is to choose your every thought with care, because the thoughts you seed in your mind, the concepts and beliefs that you accept with feeling, inevitably become your own living reality. How you choose to think today influences all your tomorrows, and your life is too valuable, too miraculous to be left to chance. For this planet is a game player's planet, and the big game in life is a kind of treasure hunt, with the real you as the hidden treasure. And the real you is a treasure worth finding. For you, there's no greater treasure on earth, and it's an easy game, because life is meant to be easy. In fact, you can find your way to the treasure house within you while you relax. You may of course wonder how the subconscious control mind can so easily arrange for you to achieve whatever objectives you have in mind. Once you detach your thoughts from problems and make a firm decision about the direction in which you want to go. This is understandable because each and every one of us has a vast sphere of reality, a force field of creative mind power that we have been conditioned by fear and ignorance to fail to explore. A veritable treasure house of health, intelligence, and life understanding. The way this life-sustaining mind works is governed by strict universal laws. Whenever you allow your conscious mind to become focused on your problems, you drag your problems into the future with you, and they automatically attract still more of the same. Your own negative thought patterns provide the psychic energies that feed your problems and keep them alive. So, just relax and switch the polarity around. Focus your thought energy on how you want things to be, rather than how you don't want them to be. And withdraw all your thought energy from the problem, so that you attract the solutions. You attract good fortune like a magnet. The control mind now knows what you want, and what you want, or something even more useful, presents itself, as though what you have been always seeking has somehow always been seeking you. Seeking to find creative expression in your everyday living reality. And the incredible fact is that it has. And this is the fresh pattern your subconscious control mind will now carry forward. Free from the problems and self-limiting influences that only arose through misunderstandings and false beliefs, you're entering a new world of experience, a new quality of life, a more elevated mental and emotional vantage point from which the best options and opportunities in life are always available and will always be seen. Now, while you're pondering on these thoughts, I want to tell you a story. Once there was a village in a very isolated part of the world, so isolated that they very rarely saw visitors from the outside world, and the people of the village had a secret. They had a magical painting. It had been given to them by a stranger back in the past, in a time before anyone could remember. The stranger had said, as long as this picture stays in the village, everything will go right for the people of the village. And the people felt safe having this picture. One day, another stranger came to the village, and the people, being very hospitable, made the stranger welcome. They let him stay in the room where the painting was kept, and when they got up in the morning, the stranger had left, and the painting had been taken away. The villagers were desolated. They felt their happiness had gone. Life could never again be the way that they had pictured it. They looked out of the window and the blue sky had turned dark. The trees had stopped blooming. The birds no longer sang, and they felt very sad. Then one of the young women of the village walked over to where the painting had been on the wall, and she started to paint her own picture. She started to paint a beautiful painting of trees and birds, and then some others joined her, and soon all the people were cooperating, making this painting. They all got so absorbed in this painting that it wasn't until the young woman looked out of the window and said, "Look, everything is changing," that they realised that the sky had become blue again, and the birds were singing again, and the trees were back in bloom. Now, each and everything you do better than you have ever done before. You approach each new task with complete ease of mind, knowing that you are relaxed and in a perfect frame of mind, calm, relaxed and confident. Every day your confidence grows. That means that tomorrow your confidence grows, and the day after it grows stronger than before. As you practice being more and more confident, so your confidence grows and becomes stronger. As more and more your feelings of self-worth become strong and powerful. Each day, with each new situation, whenever you need to, you take control. Calm your mind. Disregard troubles and you are calm, relaxed, poised, competent and confident. You are your own person. And as you leave here today, you go forth into the world, looking forward with a new and determined optimism. For you are armed now with new knowledge and new understanding of the person you are, unique and special, your real self, confident in your own abilities to be true to those values that really are important, and to recognize what is false and inappropriate. Now you love and respect yourself for the person that you are, and you will be happy with all that you do have. Yesterday has gone, and with it is gone all the influences that could make it different. Tomorrow is but a myth that we can colour with imagination, but today, this very moment, all is real, and for this moment we live. And then, that moment too is gone, either seized upon and enjoyed, or wasted. You can choose too which reality is yours, and you will you not? And now you can continue to relax, to allow your mind to drift and dream. Well done. Starting to bring your awareness back into the room now. Bringing your awareness back to the here and now. And when you feel ready, start to gently wriggle your fingers, wriggle your toes, and then gently open your eyes.